And I think we should be live. Are we live? Hello, hello. We're live! Hello everyone, this is Glitchfees, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program! We are going to be continuing today with the... Sorry, I'm getting distracted. We're going to be continuing today with the CAC, Glitchfees Aerospace, Career Mode playthrough. So, there are a couple things that I have planned to get done. What am I doing? I'm getting completely lost. Yeah, there are a couple things that I would like to do. And I am still getting distracted. That is loud. Okay. By the way, let me know if the audio sounds like off or something, because I've been noticing that in my videos, and I really have no idea what to do about it. I do apologize. Anyway, let's go into mission control here. And let's have a look at what we have. So, conduct observational surveys of Kerbin. I planned to do these ones anyway, but I now have an actual reason to because... Well, actually, we'll get to this. So let's see. I would like to do some observational... Working late nights, startling discoveries. Some Kerbals say that every place on Kerbin looks exactly the same. We disagree, we need some WOM. Some ohm. We need some ohm else to prove them wrong. Alright. Below 18,000 meters, below 16,000 meters, below 18,000 meters, below 16,000 meters. I don't know where all these are, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure I can build a plane that can get to them all. So let's go ahead and accept this contract. Conduct observational surveys of Kerbin near area JHB7. Oh, EVA reports here. Alright, fair enough. I guess we need to land, but that's okay. And what else do we have? Oh, just the J20 Juno. Really? 1,000 to 7,000 meters, 130 to 280 meters per second. Alright. We'll take that one as well. We can take up to 7 contracts. I don't think I want to take any more for right now. Let me make sure, are any of these expires in 5 years, expires in 1 year, expires in 5 years? Okay, we're good. We don't need to worry about any of that. Because I actually plan to get them all done at the same time right now. Before I do anything, let's go into the tracking station and let's see where the sites that we're flying to actually are. Just so that I know how efficient I need this plane to be. Okay, looks like they're all pretty much near the light, pretty much near the launch site. These are a little farther away. They're actually out past the island runway, but I don't think they're too far away. So the thing I do need to keep in mind is that Kerbin is actually bigger than I give it credit for. It's not a huge planet, obviously. I think it's 8 times smaller than the Earth, is that right? But that's still a big planet when you're traversing it by plane, so... We probably want to be fairly efficient and fairly quick, but also, I can also just chat with you guys. So, we'll go ahead and we'll just make a, we'll make a plane. Also, how much science do I have? I have 83 science. I can't unlock anything. Alright. Spaceplane hangar. Maybe I should upgrade the spaceplane hangar. How much does it cost to upgrade the spaceplane hangar? Hang on, before I do this, let me see how much it costs to upgrade the spaceplane hangar. Is the audio okay, by the way? Does it sound like, is it like glitching or is it alright? Okay, I have 296,000, it costs 225, oh. That's a bit more than I expected. Hmm. I don't think a plane is going to cost that much, so I am going to go ahead and upgrade it. Because it gives me 255 potential parts, which is a lot. It still needs to fit within the weight limit on the runway, which I believe can hold 18 tons. So that should be alright. We'll go with a Mark 1 cockpit. We will also go with... what am I... Yeah. Okay, we'll also go with a Mark 1 crew cabin behind it. So that can carry 3 Kerbals. 2 in here and obviously the pilot. Well, the pilot's just going to be Jebediah, isn't it? So that's fine. Should we go with another one? Let's go with another one. And then I think we want a liquid fuel fuselage behind that. In fact, actually, maybe we should optimize for fuel. So let's go with 2 fuel fuselages behind it. And do we have tail connector A? All right, I don't like this thing. I was kind of hoping that we had the one that goes up, but I guess we don't. Still, that's all right. Besides that, we have swept wings. Let's go ahead and get the aerodynamic overlay and not the thrust. The center of mass. Okay, swept wings. Okay, we want the wings to be a bit far forward because obviously anything we put at the back is going to bring it. Alright. Let's go with that. Yeah. Seems good to me. We obviously want elevons on this. So, just like that. There's going to be our ailerons. And we'll actually put a couple more up here, especially since we now have action groups. Because these can serve as our flaps. So if I disable pitch, yaw, and roll, which way did they deploy? They deploy the wrong way. So fix that. 20 degrees is probably fine. What's the maximum they can deploy? 30? Yeah, we'll let them deploy to 30, because that gives us a bit more lift under the wings, which probably won't hurt. I'll go ahead and undeploy them, because we obviously don't need them deployed for now. Oh, and make sure that they do both deploy in the same direction. Yeah, they do. Alright, good. We'll go ahead and put that on Action Group 1. Oh. Yep. We'll go ahead and put that on Action Group 1. Deploy... Oh. Ah, we can't. Alright, well, never mind then. We'll still keep them so that we can use them, but we just have to right-click them to deploy. That's fine. Do these actuate? Yes, they do. Alright, cool. So we'll use a couple of these. Good. Is this bigger or smaller than them? Now you see this? This is exactly what I was talking about. Why do these have so much more lift than the actual wings that I've put on it? And actually, I'm realizing now, I can probably somewhat get away with doing this instead. I just want 2. And if we clipped these in like so, that doesn't really pull the center. Do these not affect the center of lift at all? Alright. Good to know. Well, hang on. If I just go with these, do these have more or less lift? Okay, those ones... Alright, we're going to go with very flat wings, which looks weird, but bear with me. We'll go with a slight... No, we won't go with a dihedral. We don't need it. Okay. And we'll put... I don't know which one this one is. Alright, these are the ailerons, so we'll put them here. And we'll put these ones here, like so. And then we could probably give this, like, sort of winglets. These don't need to have any control over anything. Cool. Oh, that was doing a lot. Alright. That is also not helping. Okay. There we go. That's probably fine, so we'll go with that. And then, what do we have as far as landing gear? I think we've got some better landing gear now, don't we? Nope, I'm wrong. So, I guess we're stuck using these. That is alright. Do that, and we'll do... Those aligned? Yeah, pretty much. Although these are too far back, so definitely put them here. Okay, double check that. Yep, that's good. Alright. And now, do I have anything to actually connect? Yeah, not really. So we're going to be connecting it with the same. Hello there, Solric Juicebox. Why am I making a plane? I actually do have a reason, believe it or not. It's, well, okay, so there are contracts that I'm completing. That's the first and foremost. That's the primary reason that I'm building a plane. Also, there is another reason as well. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted as I try to build. Give me just a moment to find what I'm looking for. Mark 0 liquid fuel. Here we go. Go with that and that. We also want to disable staging on these decouplers. And I'm realizing that I don't think... Yeah, the wheels definitely don't clear the engines, so we need to move the wings up a little. That still seems a bit iffy to me, but we'll take it. Anyway, we need intakes. I'm sorry, you asked a question that I need to address. And I was starting to address it, and I completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, so this is... Well, actually, you will see here shortly the Juno engine. We're going to put 4 of them on this. Why did it put them in 2 different stages? Okay, we have 6,390. I mean, that doesn't really matter. We fly mostly via lift. Thrust weight ratio of 0.79 is pretty high for a jet, so that should be okay. I'm actually going to go through here. I'm going to disable the controls that these don't use. So the vertical stabilizer controls yaw, the horizontal stabilizers control pitch, and the ailerons control roll. And then these ones just have all of their controls disabled. I am also, just to be on the safe side, I'm actually going to I'm going to auto strut everything to the heaviest part. Just to be on the safe side. Now, do I actually have... I do. This is going to come in handy for explaining why I'm building a plane, believe it or not. So, are you going to Juna's on the description? Have you went there before? Not in career mode, I haven't. And actually, the only time I've been there, I stranded Jeb and Val on Juna. I am making a video with that save file because I have it again. I'd lost it for a while, and I have it again now. So, that's coming up. This might be a little hint at that video. Let me find... Here we go. I guess this isn't technically a shuttle, but that's alright. We'll go with the transparent background. There we go. What mods do I have? I have a lot of mods installed. It's mostly visual mods. These are obviously also from a mod. I do have parts mods as well. I've got The main one is restock, but I also have Kerbal Constructs and I'm afraid I don't remember all of them. I do apologize. I've got quite a few though. Also, I've got the Outer Planets mod. Yeah, it's a pretty heavily modded install, actually. I'm gonna offset the decouplers into the wings. And I got sidetracked again. I apologize. I've been trying to get through this. Yeah, we're calling this plane the USC Juno, and the reason for that is basically because I am very petty and Matt Lown annoyed me. You've pinged to Duna like 3 times, one of them made it back. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of deceptively hard. I thought it would be easier than it was. But yeah, anyway, this is basically because I'm petty and Matt Lown annoyed me because he called the Juno engine effectively useless, and it's the only jet engine I have available to right now, so it's powered all of my planes. And now I'm calling this the Juno out of spite. Alright, we'll save this as the Juno. Oh, actually, we should give it some science instruments. Let's not forget that, yeah, I'm playing career, hence only having the one jet engine. And actually, given that we're only flying with Jeb, does this fit? Yeah, that's the same profile, so we should probably... I think I want it here. We only need one of them. We'll have to pick and choose where we take that, but that's okay. Yeah, that's fair. You only have visual mods. That is... yeah, that's completely fair. To be honest, part of the reason that I got the Outer Planets mod is because it just interests me. I'm, like... I hope to get there eventually, and I just like having a bigger solar system to explore. I'm nowhere near the point where I can get there either. My regular videos, you'll see me hanging out in low Kerbin orbit a lot, and that's because that's pretty much all I can get to. I do dock pretty regularly, though. I wonder... how much inventory do these parts have? 2. Alright. I'm going to put a few EVA experiments. Can Jebediah do EVA experiments? Actually, I can take that off him, because he's not going to need that on Kerbin. There we go. And then if we go to inventory... okay, this only has 1, but that's okay. EVA experiments. The new solar system looks amazing, but you'll never reach it. Don't say that! You probably will eventually. The learning curve for KSP is very high, but once you start learning things, it does slow down. This is the first career mode where I've actually been to orbit, so I'm definitely not an advanced player by any means, but... okay. I've made the back of the plane severely ugly, but that's okay. We're gonna save this as the Juno. Let's go ahead and get into the sky. This is probably the ugliest plane I've ever built. But you know what? Like I said, it was literally built out of spite, so that's kind of fine by me. Do I use Blender like the test? Yes, the renders are actually made in Blender. I haven't been in Blender for some time. I do use it pretty regularly. The thing is, I do everything on the same laptop, so Blender kind of takes my PC out of commission for... it can be several months at a time. Some of the animations, the Titanic animation that I had, the one that didn't quite render all the way, the 12-minute one, that one would have taken my laptop out of commission for... I think it was like 5 months or something. Anyway, here we go, we're taking off. I wonder if it would be a better idea. Do you get, like, does the thrust work better if you put the brakes on and then... I want to stay on the runway. I want to stay on the runway. Alright. We get into the air? Not yet. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, we hit the tail! No! Tail strike. That's what this means. That's why we're lagging. Yep. Alright. Well, we'll revert. I don't think we need to go back to the spaceplane hangar. It's not a great design. There are problems with it, but I don't think that requires a redesign of the plane. I think that just requires a redesign of my piloting instincts, which are clearly not where I expect them to be. Give me just 1 second, I apologize. Got some nice vodka next to me. Kidding, it's water. Yeah, well, Jeb's definitely having some fun. Oh yeah, also diverse Kerbal heads. There's a mod that I didn't mention. I'm gonna put the brakes on. Do the brakes do anything? Do these have brakes? Yeah, they do. Alright. I think that's about full thrust for these engines. Let's see. Thrust. Oh, it is still ramping up. Alright, once we get 16 kilonewtons, release brakes. Alright. Here we go. The runway's so bumpy. Yeah, Jed's having the time of his life. Look at him in there. Look how happy he is. Okay. Gently try to coax the nose into the sky. Oh boy. This could go badly. This could go badly. This has gone badly. Oh, look at that. He's actually concerned. I managed to concern Jebediah. That's actually kind of hilarious. Okay, we need to try this again. We need to try... the other plane actually flew. The USC Puln and Plen. Both of them worked fine. For some reason, Juno doesn't want to fly. I can probably... I just need to be more careful with it. I need to figure out where it wants to be as well. This time let's actually go ahead and put the brakes on before we start ramping up the engines. I was using SAS on the other flights, right? I think I was. Oh, that went well. Yeah, I love that. Well, the brakes are working incredibly well. Alright, release brakes. I'm gonna let the plane roll. I'm gonna try to correct it. Oh, actually, I could use the... Yeah, I put the flaps on it for a reason. Let's try actually using the flaps. Might be a bit much deployment. On takeoff, you're generally looking just to increase the lift under the wing. You don't want much drag. 80 meters per second should be enough to rotate. Come on. Nope, we hit the tail again. Why does this thing not want to fly? No, my renders are mostly cycles. I used Eevee for... I have a couple of lightsaber renders. I don't know if I've got any of them public, actually. Oh no, don't worry about it. It's fine to talk about. I talk about whatever interests you, because to be honest, this is gonna take a while. The flight itself is gonna take some time. Yes, I'm reverting to the spaceplane hangar. I'll address that. That's intentional. That's not a mistake. That's intentional. That's not a mistake. Streams are great though, because they allow me to do some of the more boring missions like these ones, and I can just talk to you guys. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I don't think I need the second fuel tank. I think I'll be okay without this. Can I add... See, the only problem with that Actually, it doesn't take that too far off. I do need to move these forward. I'm just gonna use the moving tool like that. Okay. I think this should work. So we'll try this. That does remove some of our delta V. Actually, did that give us more delta V? Interesting. And like the thing is, delta V doesn't actually matter for a plane. It's just the fuel levels that matter. Because obviously we're just using lift to fly. So delta V is kind of... It's very useful for rockets, not so much for planes, because planes can actually increase the amount of delta V they're getting out of their fuel. Anyway, yeah, go ahead and save this, and we'll try... Let's try this again. I am determined to make this plane work, because it's built out of spite, and a spite plane has to function. Spite. I should have fixed the flag as well while I was in the spaceplane hangar, but that's alright. Excuse me for a second, I'm sorry. Sorry, great grammar there, Kleptrophes. I'm good at this. English very goodly. Alright. Brakes on. Brakes full. SAS on. Engines on. Throttle up. Once again, I'm going to let them get to like 16 kilonewtons, and then we're going to release the brakes and try to take off. The brakes worked fine when I tested them earlier. For some reason, they've kind of stopped working. I don't know why. Alright. Try to keep it in line with the runway, because drifting off is not a good idea. Alright, we're above 16 kilonewtons now, so let's go ahead and release the brakes. It's not an exact science, which I think is very, very obvious. Alright. Try to lift the nose into the air. Try to get airborne, try to get airborne, try to get airborne. Hey! Okay, we're finally airborne. I didn't use the flaps. That's alright. We actually don't need this much throttle either. Alright. So let's, this is the furthest destination out, so let's go ahead and set navigation to there. And... Alright. I don't see it, but I'm going to just assume that I need to go this way. I might... This could be a terrible idea. I'm going to disable roll on these. I'm going to decrease the authority limiter on these to like 4, and I'm going to enable roll. Yeah, that seems to work. So the reason I'm decreasing it is because they are massive, massive control surfaces, and that can actually result in some really less than fortunate... Oh, here we go. We can see where we're going on our nav ball now, so let's start turning. Also, I didn't put the Juno on this, but once we get above a kilometer, we can probably just run the test on this. Does that work? Yep, that worked. And then, yeah, we're going to actually continue using the engine. So this is a very Juno-centric aeroplane, obviously. I should also mention, actually, while this is kind of a... So we're not going to be going to Duna in this episode, most likely. The goal is to land something on Duna in career mode eventually, but that's probably not going to happen in this one, so I apologize if that's what you're hoping for. Because I'm kind of on a time limit as well, because if you follow space, you probably know that Starship is going to fly again today, the first flight of version 3, and I really want to catch that, so... Let me make sure I know what this is called. 1 Hotel Romeo 3 Sierra. Okay. So yeah, we're going down here, then we're gonna fly up to this one. Actually, maybe we'll go down here, we'll fly to these ones, and then hopefully we have the fuel to get out here and then go back as well. So yeah, that's the goal. We're hitting pretty good speeds with the Juno engine, though. Yeah, like I said at the start of the video, the point of this is literally just to prove Matt Lown wrong that the Duna actually has a use because he called it effectively useless in his low-tech SSTO video. I'm obviously not using it for an SSTO. He's right. For an SSTO, it sucks. Also, if you haven't watched that episode, that Matt Lown video, you should. It's a good video. It was released 2 months ago, but. But he annoyed me, so now we're doing this for this episode. For this episode, this stream. Huh. He's flown around Kerbin. Is that saying that it's 2 or you're into 2 experience for that? And fly by the Mon also 2. His max sustainable G-force is 13.4 Gs, so to like here. Okay, I should fix that. But from this angle it looks good. How does this look? Oh, we can see him. He is very, very neutral about this, isn't he? As the face of a Kerbal who is bored. He's like, you sent me around to the moon and now you're just having me fly in a plane. So we're here. Oh, I should point out as well, the reason that our trajectory isn't pointed directly down to here, despite the fact that we're flying pretty much straight down, is because of this mod here, which is Kerbal Weather Program. Basically what it does is it actually gives you wind. So actually, let's check the winds right now. Wind currently is northwest at 15 meters per second. No, that's vertical wind speed. It's 6 meters per second, 7 meters per second. So that's actually pretty fast wind, but more importantly, 3, 2, 1, and you can see we're heading about almost directly 180. So 3, 2, 1 is like from this direction. So it's kind of pushing us a little bit off course. Also, it's slowing us down, which is annoying. That is also something that you can turn off, but because this is career mode, I'm choosing not to. I'm choosing to treat it as though Kerbin does actually have wind. Because to be honest, I think it should. Also, I really like flight sims, so this is kind of it makes Kerbal Space Program more of a flight sim for me. I know Kerbal Space Program and I'm flying planes, but you know. I have just seen news that the liftoff of Starship Flight 12 has been delayed half an hour, so we actually have a bit more time. That's fantastic. Juliet Hotel Bravo 7. Where is that? Oh, it's like... Oh, I probably should have done that, actually. That's alright. I do apologize for the silence. I can't really think of anything to talk about, and as long as the sound for KSP isn't glitching out for you guys, hopefully the sound of the jet engines isn't too annoying. Where do they stop actually taking in air? It is going down. Is there a speed or an altitude where they stop functioning? I assume there is. But obviously there's an altitude because KSP actually simulates atmospheric bigness, but... Is there a speed where they stop functioning? Because their effective airspeed is 274 meters per second, so... Okay, question for this contract, does it have to be done in one flight? Because looking at our fuel levels, I'm not certain we'll have the fuel to get to all three of these locations. We don't have to get back to the KSC, because we can just recover the plane from the water. And actually, it's probably safer than landing on the runway, ironically. Also, is it more efficient to fly at high altitudes in KSP? That's something I hadn't considered, because obviously in real life planes like to fly as high as possible because it's more efficient for jet engines to be higher up in the atmosphere. Is that the case in KSP as well? I mean, like that's a simplification. Just like to be high up, yes, but also you can get to faster speeds with less drag because the air is thinner. Also, something else to consider. Is this mod active? No, it's not. That's probably for the best. I'm pretty sure physics range extender is just for like Kerbal constructs and extraplanetary launch pads. See, we could. So we're pretty much directly abreast of this survey area now. Wait, actually, hang on. Yeah, we're not quite close enough to it to actually take a crew report, but. Both below 18, below 16.7, and below 16.6. I don't think we can even get that high in this plane, honestly. That said, I am going to try to pitch it down slightly, because as the planet curves away under us, the plane's pitch attitude does just get higher and higher, and that's not something that the flight computers in KSP naturally compensate for, unlike in reality. It's also not something you really have to account for in reality, because the air getting thinner just naturally means that the plane doesn't want to be as high. Okay, but I also don't want to be descending, so let's try to keep. Alright. I might press caps lock here so I get some fine control over the plane. I think that'll help. Also, we're starting to drift a little bit off course, so let's to get a little bit closer to on course. Roll wings level, that should bring our wings, or nose attitude back to the horizon. It has. Alright, let's pitch a little bit up as well. Alright, there we go. That should be alright. I'm starting to think that maybe I was actually wrong. We might actually be able to get into the thinner atmosphere with this plane. And the speed's higher than I expected as well. We're actually accelerating and we're not at full throttle. That's interesting. If there's a minimum altitude here, then I'm kind of screwed. But it doesn't say that you have to be above a certain altitude. It just says below 18,000 or 16,000. So I think we should be fine. I know I don't have volumetric clouds. I mean, you can already see the performance on my laptop isn't great. When I get a new PC, I do plan to get a new PC at some point, and I will get volumetric clouds then. For now, I do have the environmental visual enhancements clouds, and you know, I think they're pretty enough. The only thing I do miss out on is weather. From space you can see thunderstorms, but that's, I mean, actually you can kind of see them here. Just little flashes of light in the sky. Oh, we're kind of flying through one. That's fun. The reason I asked about mainland altitude is because this is going up, and that worries me. Hey, I'm entering. Alright, cool. You don't have to be. Let's go ahead and take a crew report. Alright. We're not going to get any science for that, so no point keeping it. Let's go ahead and activate navigation out to here. And we need to basically turn around. I might be treating this plane like it's a bit more maneuverable than it actually is. And it doesn't seem too terribly happy about that. The good news is I think we should be getting a tailwind when we do this, which should mean that we go a little bit faster. Also, yeah, we're getting a bit lower on fuel, but again, we don't need to go back to the KSP, so we might actually be able to do this all in one flight. Yeah, seriously, guys, if you have questions about things other than KSP, feel free to ask. This is obviously a long duration mission, so I don't expect you to keep it on topic. I've kept it more on topic than I expected to be honest, but I'm also flying a plane that is named completely out of spite for a comment that a YouTuber made, so you know. I'm noticing that the roll could be a little bit more aggressive. I don't want to go too far because again, these control surfaces, using them as control surfaces, they are massive. Oh, do you know, I could... Have I done a Science Junior over Kerbin's Water? Yes. Okay. Because I'm noticing that we're descending, and I'd rather climb than descend. Should I increase throttle? Nah, I don't think we need to. Oh, that would have been a great place to put the name. Right there. Oh, I shouldn't have mirrored it. I should have put, like, I should have just stuck with the name here. And then on this side, I should have put the name, like, right there behind CAC. Yeah, this is my company logo, by the way. CAC. Clotrafes Aerospace. C. Pick your favorite word. There isn't really one. I've put a word in some of the logos. It changes. So... So happy with how that came out. Sorry about that. I wish this gave me, like, distance. Actually, hang on. Can I get distance information? Yeah, not really. Are we getting it all close to where we're trying to go? Kinda no. I mean, we started from, like, down here, so we are getting closer. But yeah, this is a long flight. Oh, that's actually a really cool angle, isn't it? I'm running out of things to say, and unfortunately I'm just not very good at talking when I don't have anything to say, and I do apologize. What else can I talk about? What can I talk about? I don't really know. This is why I welcome questions from you guys, because it helps me to know what you want to hear. And also, I'm not very good at talking unprompted, unfortunately. This is awful commentary, just talking about how I suck at commentary. Or should I just go silent? Do you guys just want to hear the jets? I have no idea. forget where we're going a little bit faster. Oh, interesting. We actually lost. We lost some speed when we did that. Alright, never mind then. How do you see what the contracts actually get you? Just for checking mission control when we're done. Okay, we're getting a little bit closer. There are two of these close together, which is good. Actually, which one are we going to? I think we're going to... Okay, yeah, we're going to that one. So to this, we should just be able to turn north. Okay. And then yeah, the plan is, depending on what fuel allows, hopefully these two then fly down to the next one and just land the plane in water. We'll probably be gliding it. Oh, the quality seems to have dropped on OBS. I'm not 100% sure what to do about that. I apologize. Okay, I don't... No. Take the pitch attitude up. Wanna be... Okay. We're descending slightly, but to be honest, there's just altitudes we need to be below. Descending is fine. We also have plenty of altitude to play with, so I'm not too concerned. Oh, here we go. We're now in the area. Take a crew report. Reset, we don't need it. Oh, and we're in the area again. Take a crew report. Oh, okay. Now take a crew report. We don't need it. Oh, did it just automatically set my navigation? Is that what I saw? Hang on. If I... Yeah, it did. That's great. Alright. Go ahead and turn around. We want to be careful. Aerodynamic stresses in this game can actually pull planes apart, so we need to be careful about what we're putting this aeroplane through. I say as I pull full pitch deflection back. Also, I say that, but the shuttle I launched off the runway, that thing, I also did full pitch deflection back, and we did that through, like, the maximum aerodynamic stress that thing would experience, and it was fine. I mean, it, like, by all measures, it probably shouldn't have been, but it was. Also, that's still docked to the station. I could bring that home. Or, well, no, there's another space shuttle I'd like to send to the station first. Also, the corporals on the station don't actually have a way home. If that orbiter's not docked, so... I should clarify that that save file is sandbox. It's not even science mode, it's sandbox. I've never actually played science mode, because in my eyes it's kind of career mode for wusses. No offense to you if you play science mode, it's fine. I just, like, I've never been interested in playing it myself. Because if I'm gonna, like, if there's gonna be progression of any kind, then I kind of like it to be, like, I'm not progressing towards sandbox. I'm progressing towards just generally being able to afford more things, but rockets still costing money, so reusing them still has a purpose. You know? With us being in the upper atmosphere, have I actually run these experiments? I think I did this on a space flight, right? Yeah. Did I do this on a space flight? Yeah, I did. Alright. So we're not actually going to be using any of our science experiments, probably, unless... Yeah, I was going to say, unless these have anything, but they also don't. Worth checking, though. What do you guys think? What's the verdict? Can we make it all the way over here? With the fuel that we have remaining? We don't have much. 2,700 meters per second, but of course we're in a jet, so Delta V does not tell you range, it just tells you how much you can change your speed. Even that's deceptive in a jet, because there are other ways to change your speed. If you guys excuse me for 1 second, I will be right back. Okay, I apologize about that. I am back now. Hopefully that hasn't messed with the audio. And yeah, we're still quite a ways away. I wish it gave me like an actual indicator of like how many kilometers away. That's kind of why I went into a new remote earlier, but it doesn't actually tell me. I also don't actually know what my range is because obviously it's plane, so... That said, apparently this is deceptive. It looks like we have a lot more liquid fuel than the plane is actually using. Oh, because this hasn't started draining at all. Oh, so these are just burning the fuel in the actual engines. Oh! They can pull fuel from the big tank, right? Actually, maybe they can't because they're connected with decouplers. Oh. So if I enable crossfeed... Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we have a lot more range than I thought we did. Okay. I thought this held a lot more fuel than it looked like we were carrying. Also, wow, those little fuel tanks can get you far when you're using the Juno jet engine. See? In your face, Matt Lown. There you go. Juno jet engine that has a use. Efficient little jet engine. Can get you several kilometers, apparently. We are drifting off course though, so let's fix that slightly. Also, I am actually going to cut this tank off until we run out of fuel in the main ones, because it's kind of serving as ballast, and we kind of need the ballast because this plane isn't exactly aerodynamically stable without it. So we just need to be kind of careful. Also, if we can get a pitch attitude that leaves us kind of climbing slightly, that'd be good. Yeah, I'll take that. That's fine. Alright, we are going to start descending again. You know what? It's alright. It doesn't need to be perfect. Pull back wings level. Jump a little. Try to maintain wings level. Pitch up a little. Again, try to maintain wings level. There we go. Well, I think we've pretty sufficiently proven that Matt Lown is wrong, calling this engine effectively useless. No, yeah, you guys just aren't talking much. It's alright. I always get concerned that I might be missing some. Alright. .7 kilometers on the Juno engine and cruising, like, smoothly, staying at 12.7 kilometers is actually kind of insane. Oh, we're in the zone. Alright, we can take a crew report. We obviously don't need to keep science. And yeah, I think that's that contract complete. Yep, so now we go home. KSC launchpad, activate navigation. And close critical constructs, we don't need that. Alright. I mean, I think we can pretty much effectively fly just north. I think we can pretty much see it, to be honest. I still intend to land this in the water, to be clear, because I don't trust the launch pad, I don't trust the runway. But if we can get close to home, that'd also be nice. Just to prove that the plane can, but I also do not trust these wheels on landing. So, yeah, we're gonna go with what's safe over what's proper. And actually maintaining a slight descent is probably going to be fine. I don't know about this descent. Also, we should get a quick wind check to be sure. North-northwest at 5 meters per second. That's fine. Alright, we're going to try... We'll keep it about there. Is the KC like over here, I think? Actually, we should be pointed pretty much directly at it, so I guess it's like here. Yeah? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Another mod I have installed, and I bring it up because you can kind of see the distortion around the back of the jet engines here from the heat, is the waterfall mod. Obviously the plane's also leaving contrails. I'm pretty sure that's stock KSP effects. But the rocket engines get changed. And the jets should have some heat distortion. The Junos, you can see it mostly around the back of the engine. I have noticed occasionally some heat distortion like in front of the engine as well, and I'm not sure if that's a bug or if that is intentional. Kind of cool though, either way. I think the island runway is on this here. Oh, that's the KSC there. Okay. Alright. I'm going to disable roll on these. I'm going to get these back up, and I'm going to go with priority limiter all the way. We'll re-enable roll, and yeah, that works fine. Alright, there we go. Like I said, I'm not going to try to land on the runway. We're gonna land in the water just shy of the KSC, but flying home just feels like the right thing to do. Also, actually, maybe I will try to put it down on land because, not on the runway, but on land, because we've got the this contract as well, which is EVA reports. So maybe we could do that. Turn off steering adjust. Can we actually... Yeah, we can change the steering response. Okay. We'll leave it on auto for now. Are we going supersonic? We're going supersonic with the Juno engine. I mean, it's KSP. This shouldn't surprise me, I guess. I mean, to be fair, I think supersonic is like 370 meters per second, so we're just kind of... We're starting to approach that barrier, which is why the vapor cone is forming. Although, you can hear the difference, so there's definitely something there. That would be courtesy of this mod, Rocket Sound Enhancement. Also, I might activate... Yeah, I'm going to activate navigation to Juliet Hotel Bravo 7. See the flames behind the engines again. It indicated that we're in the lower atmosphere. You know what? I'm actually going to throttle up as well. Because knowing that we have all of the fuel and gear to play with, we're fine. So we can actually afford to try to fly quickly rather than... We are once again entering sonic effects. Alright, let's pitch up slightly. We've had our fun. Except apparently not, because we are still accelerating. Okay, this plane very much is not designed for sonic speeds, so I am getting a little bit concerned about the structural integrity of it. That said, 300 meters per second through the air is great. You guys can't hear me, right? Yeah, you can. Starship has been pushed back another half hour. Alright, we're maintaining 300 meters per second. I'm pretty sure that speed is safe. I'm not sure I feel too safe maneuvering at that speed. Because again, aerodynamic effects can actually rip vehicles apart in this game. And that's something I would prefer to avoid. We could go first person, actually, to think of it. What does this tell me? Delta V doesn't matter. Does this tell me my speed anywhere? G-force? I swear I've asked this before. Oh, I guess it's in the HUD, isn't it? Yeah, speed 299. Alright. Does it have altitude? Oh yeah, altitude above sea level, 6.1 kilometers. No trim input. Throttle 100, 66.9%. Horizontal speed 298. Alright. Estimated airspeed is 217. Cool. wonder if... we don't have the ability. Alright. We're just going to enable that fuel tank now, because we are starting to run out of fuel. Of course, if we have a look in these, yeah. They really don't burn quickly, do they? Start pulling the throttle back. And we're actually going to start pitching down as well, because we can see the peninsula now. We know where we're going. We're in a cloud. I guess this is the closest we can kind of get to a thunderstorm over the KSC, so that's kind of cool. Something else I want to check. These are on the peninsula, yes? Yes, they are. Also, it looks like... Yeah, the KSC's like... Oh, we actually need to land shy of the KSC. Interesting. Okay. Probably should have given this thing air brakes. Actually, I don't think KSP simulates aerodynamic effects that severely, so I'm going to go ahead and deploy the flaps here. Yeah, there we go. In a real plane, you'd have wanted to be a bit more careful about that, because the flaps can get ripped off or jammed by aerodynamic forces, but in KSP, it is something you have to worry about, but not on something as small as flaps. Using the entire aeroplane as an air brake, though, that you'd want to be concerned about. Also, I have changed my mind about the actual landing. We're going to attempt landing on land. Not on the runway because, if you look here, the areas that we need to survey are not actually near the runway. They're kind of along the coast here. Still going 100 meters per second. We are bleeding speed, which is good, but we're still going very, very fast. I don't think this is a good speed to land at. I'm pretty sure Juno jet engines can't reverse their thrust. Oh, we can throttle back. We're going to land and then we're going to try to use the plane like a car. Which may not be the best idea, but it's an idea. I like to try to avoid the trees when I land. It's not too important for me because trees don't actually have collision, because I'd need to have the terrain setting higher, and that really messes with performance. So if you're wondering why I'm not too concerned about aiming for this grove here, that's why. brakes. Alright. Are we within the alpha site? Let's find out. EVA report. No, we passed it. Alright, so it's a bit specific. Good to know. I can probably shut down the outer engines, we don't really need them. We also don't need the flaps down anymore. Are all of these sites along the coast? Because I think that's the tree that I hit, right? So maybe we should turn towards it. Or was it that tree? Probably should have been paying a bit more attention. Alright. Brakes, 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 brakes. We're leaving. Wow, it's incredibly specific. Okay, brakes on. Brakes on. So actually it might be better to just actually EVA. Oh, the jet engines are still on, but it's okay because the KSP jets don't pull you in the way that they do in reality. Okay, so where the hell is the site? It should just be like immediately behind the aeroplane, right? Right? Where's... Okay, why... Why can I not find it? Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay. EVA report. There we go. Oh, we got survey data for... Okay, cool. So now we just need gamma. Oh. Navigation was already on. And yeah, it's just this way. We'll get back on the plane to end, because I'm actually pretty sure that we have science on the plane that we need to get. But other than that, yeah, we're pretty much done here, so... Oh, actually, it looks like that's a little bit farther away. You know what? We're taking the plane. I have an overqualified car at my disposal, and I'm going to use it. Alright. Back up a little there, Jeb. Jump and grab. There we go. And board. Alright. Brakes off. Throttle up a little bit. Have I taken these from Kerbin's Shores? Apparently, yeah. Have I done this from Kerbin's Shores? Also, yes. The water spray has rusted one of the samples and some of the electronics off. That's Oh, hilarious. I don't remember reading that. Did I really take a... Alright. Well, anyway. I'm glad I took the plane. How far away is this? Oh, it is a little bit farther away than the others. Alright. Might go a little bit faster. Kerbin looks so pretty with the parallax mod installed. Parallax, scatterer, and environmental visual enhancements. This is just beautiful. Okay, we should be approaching the survey site. 2.8 meters per second. The Kerbals can run that fast. There's no point taking plane if we're walking at Kerbal running speed. Actually, no, never mind. Oh, come on, we've got to be getting close. Oh, alright. Entering the area. Perfect. We're now currently in the area, so quickly take an EDA report. That didn't work. Why didn't that work? Alright, do I need to... There we go, that worked. Super safe running in between active jet engines. Jebediah Kerman is incredibly intelligent. Ah. Weren't close enough to the aeroplane. Oh, because we're miles away. I see. Oop. He hit his head on the plane. Okay, can we actually, like... If we click on the crew hatch... No, we can't get in that way. Oh, but we can't get in this way. Alright. By the way, since I got free IVA, I guess I might as well show you guys what the plane actually looks like inside. So let's... Oh, why can I not move? Oh, I blocked myself with the door. Alright. Close the hatch. Alright. Try this again. Yep. Actually pretty nice inside. You get like a nice table. You can sit across from each other. Very small little plane though. So basically a private jet. Though we're using it as a research jet. Which works. Alright. And with that, we now have all three surveys. Actually, I guess 2 of them are surveys. All 3 contracts that we accepted are complete. Let's go ahead and shut down the engines just to do everything properly, really. There's really no reason to. And with that, we can recover the USC Juno. Let's see how much science we get for this. I'm guessing not much. We didn't do much science. I have gone quiet once again. Oh, here we go. Oh, we're to 111 science. That's actually not too bad. And we're up to 282,000 funds. As I said before, in your face, that loud. And 27,000 funds from recovered parts because obviously we flew a plane. We didn't lose anything save fuel. So, there we go. And we got Jebediah Kerman back, as well as 16.4 reputation. So our total reputation now sits at 547. That's pretty insane. Let's have a look at the potential missions we have. Observational Service of the Mun. Do we have to... Yeah, these are specific sites. So this is something we probably can do eventually. Explore the Mun. We'd like you to go to the Mun and stay there in a nice stable orbit. It isn't personal, it's science. This is something we're also going to do in the next video. This is actually where I'm going to leave this video, though. This stream. So, for now, let's go into R&D, and we can unlock one more thing. So let's see, what can we unlock? We've got landing, which gives us... Oh, it does give us better retractable landing gear, but to be honest, we're probably not going to be using planes much anymore. Oh, we could get aerodynamics, but these have the same thing. Advanced construction would be pretty good. Propulsion systems gives us the Torch liquid fuel engine. It's a pretty decent engine, but not really what I'm looking for. Heavy rocketry gives us the Viking orbital maneuvering engine. I think this is a modded engine. I could be wrong. I'm not certain. It also gives us a couple of modded engines. The Poodle engine. Oh, the Poodle engine is a pretty good one. The Pollux solid fuel booster, which for some reason with restock is textured like the Space Shuttle solid rocket booster, but it's way too small for it. So I don't know. The kickback solid fuel booster. So we get a few solid fuel boosters there. We could also get space exploration. Actually, do you know what? If we're going to the Mun, this might genuinely be a good idea. Is there any science you can do in here? EVA repair. Oh, the EVA repair kit's super useful. I didn't do any EVA science. I put so much EVA science in Juno. I used none of it. That's good. That's great. I love that. Adjustable micro spotlight. Probodyne Octo. I think we're going to go with space exploration because I enjoy station building and there's a lot of station building parts in here. So I think we're going to go with this. What separates the hitchhiker from the survey station? Build things at survey sites. HSC was an invention of necessity. How do we store 4 Kerbals on orbit without any real provisions for return? Who needed this remains a mystery as to his motivations. That's hilarious. So yeah, because I like building space stations in KSP, I think I'm going to go with this. Also, what leads into... Does supersonic flight lead into space shuttles? High altitude flight. Hypersonic flight. Aerospace tech. So no. Interesting. Is it rocketry that goes to space shuttles? No? Propulsion systems... Precise. Oh, these both lead into nuclear propulsion. Command modules. Where is the Mark III cockpit? Something I didn't really think I'd be struggling to find, but I guess... Oh, heavy aerodynamics? Is that it? I see some Mark III stuff in here. Yep, there it is. Okay. So that would mean that we want to go along the aerodynamics path. But I really don't, because I don't really have the science for it. We didn't... I mean, to be fair, this wasn't a science flight. So tell you what, for now, we'll go with space exploration, because the next flights are intended to be space flights. In fact, actually, this was supposed to be another Mun flyby, this video, but I watched Matt Lowndes' low-tech SSTO and I got annoyed at him, so I decided to complete some of the survey flights instead. Anyway, with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and leave the facility now. That's all we can really do. Oh yeah, I was looking at upgrading the administration building, but I don't really know what it allows, so we're not going to do that for now. Oh, we could upgrade the astronaut complex, but there's no reason to, because they can already perform EVA and place flags, and I don't really need more than 12 active Kerbals. Not yet, so... research and development, upgrade research science limit 500. Kerbal EVAs can collect surface samples. That's useful, but it costs 451,000. Alright, so that's for the next video. We are going to land on the Mun in the next video, and yes, I say Mun. But yeah, that's actually where I'm going to leave this one. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me through this, if you stuck with me through it. If you didn't, and you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, then please consider dropping a like and subscribing. It means the world to me. If you have already subscribed, it means so much to me. I love you. Thank you so much. You're one of my favorites. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave this. What am I saying? I'm completely messing up my outro. What do I usually say in my outro? If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please consider sticking with me. If you're not subscribed yet, consider subscribing if you like what you see. If not, perfectly fine. You got no obligation to. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave this. So thank you guys so much for watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye all.